All right, shalom, shalom. Okay, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Baha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, is laboring in the word, and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, is remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. Okay, so we're gonna dive into another video from Dabu 7. You know what I'm saying? He's been keeping up with a lot of the things that's going on. There's so many things that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So many things that's going on. We got I was listening to Elder Yashalam, okay, just a little while ago. Okay. Apparently in Minneapolis there was a woman who was just gunned down by ICE, you know what I'm saying, in the face. And I mean, this is we're about to see. All right, we're about to see the society, all right, start to go down this road, okay, that's not going to come back. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it is, what it needs to be, right? It's what it needs to be, because if you're not praying for these things to escalate, you're not in the right spirit. You see what I'm saying? If you're not in the spirit of praying for these things to escalate, man, you are not in the right spirit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We pray for more of this, all right, more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? Because unless these things go down, we're not getting the hell up out of here. We're not getting out of here. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the elect, the hopeful elect. I'm not talking about these 2/3 out here who want to stay. Shit, man, let them have it. Let them have it. You know what I'm saying? Let them have it. This place is done. Let me get this real quick. This is 2nd Esdras. All right, 2nd Esdras chapter 4, verse 26 says, Then answered he me, and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. All right, we can clearly see the evils that's all around us, man. Okay, and it's only getting worse. It's getting darker and darker. You see the people, you know what I'm saying? The love of many is waxing colder and colder. Right? But the destruction ain't come yet. Verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, all right, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. You see what I'm saying? So we need this to escalate. We need these things to increase, right? So we can get the hell up out of here, man. So let's listen to Dabu 7. You know what I'm saying? He normally does really short videos. You know what I'm saying? This one's 7 minutes long, so let's go through it.
What's up, guys? D7 back at you. Urgent message here on things that are said to be going down this week. We've got a lot of action. As you guys most likely know, the United States swooped in and got Maduro out of Venezuela, and they are turning this entire hemisphere into a war front. For people that are sleeping on it, I've been warning about it for months and months and months. I mean, on day one, Trump came in and signed an executive order saying that we were under an emergency, a state of emergency because of cartels. And we went pretty much all year last year without any moves being made in terms of that state of emergency. Well, now we've surrounded the entire Caribbean. All of Central America is surrounded and the threats are flying. And we got stuff popping off rather quickly here that people need to pay attention to. We just chased down and seized a Russian vessel in the Atlantic that turned around and tried to head back toward Russia. It was said that it didn't even have a Russian emblem on it, and they painted one on it and then was seeking Russia's protection. It's said to be Iranian linked. So they've seized that. Russia has a submarine that they just sent into the area. And we know that they're always creeping all over the place anyway. But they're sending military assets to the Atlantic, stalking our military that just snatched up one of their boats. This is as close as it gets to confrontation. We just had 16 vessels in an organized manner break the blockade and bust through it, going different directions to test the U.S. military. Now, the Chinese is rolling out their Navy. They're rolling out their Navy because they're saying they're going to send military down right next to our country to protect their vessels that are going in and out of Venezuela to get oil. Chinese Navy being rolled out now. Okay, the largest on the planet, by the way, at this point, is what we're about to have to deal with. Trump turning his guns toward Colombia, saying that they're running cocaine mills in there. And the guy is running his mouth to Trump, saying, oh, come and arrest me and put me in orange pajamas and all this. He's going to get it. I'm telling you right now, we're going to make a military move on Colombia. It's coming down. It's going down. There's no way that you go down there under the guise of drugs and you skip Colombia. Where, out of Trump's own mouth, the reporter asked him, does that mean we're striking Colombia next? He goes, sounds good to me. You bet your ass. Colombia's getting it, unfortunately. If you look at what's happening, huge war fronts all around us. He then turns to Cuba and says, Cuba, the leadership's down there running their mouth. And I'll be honest, they did just sever their lifeline. They were living all this time in shambles, but barely living off the supply of Venezuelan money and backing. Now that that lifeline's been cut, they're done. And the leader of Cuba is like threatening us all out, just straight up just saying like, we're going to war with you. And they're right there, less than 100 miles off the coast, and are allied with China and Russia. Right there, open threats. That's another one that they could take down, and they're probably going to confront. That's two leaders still sitting here, right in our neck of the woods that they can make a move on. Then, Mexico. He says, I don't even know what we're going to do about them. Then, Greenland threatens to take it. Rubio coming out saying, we're going to purchase it. Greenland kind of responding like, we're not for sale. And then Trump's like, well, we'll use military force if need be. Did you talk about shaping up for huge war? You've never seen anything like this, especially on the home front and in this Western hemisphere. And then let's not forget, we now have Iran throwing the open threat out there saying that they're about to preemptive strike us or Israel. You don't think that there's not going to be blowback somehow after all this, all these countries, all this out of nowhere? Mr. Peace, huh? The Gentile Messiah. Yeah, well, dude, it's
I like that little punch he gave. It was very fitting. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 48. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 22. It reads, there is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. I found that very interesting. Let's take that back a little bit.
all this, all these countries, all this out of nowhere? Mr. Peace, huh? The Gentile Messiah. Yeah, well, dude, it's going down. And there's an injection of money that's been happening with these precious metals and all this stuff that's going on, man. I know you see it. They just put up a wall on silver to deflect it and to bring it back down into the upper 70s because it was charging. All the other global markets are sky high, except for the rigged paper markets. And you could see, I tweeted it out on X. I put a post out. You could see on the graph the wall that they put up. It's heavily manipulated. On Friday, the contracts expire en masse for the U.S. and China. China's doing it too. This is a setup on all of us globally. They are about to reset everything. And they're going to do it probably in the midst of huge war. As always, that's the best thing to blame it on. And it's probably what's about to happen. So, with what's going on, man, I expect market shifting, especially when the manipulation is like popped. And there's going to be heavy repercussions here, man. Look, you don't go around messing with this many countries and there not be any blowback. My biggest concern is there's going to be huge blowback. Like they put the lights out on us. Staged or not, it doesn't matter. Like there's going to be something, even if it's scripted. In the script, you would write, well, the enemy would have to hit the United States at some point, and we will get hit. It's destined. Manly P. Holden wrote the book on it, The Destiny of America. It's all there, man. And we know that this year is the beginning phase of the reset period. We know this. With the Mar-a-Lago Accord and everything else, people, you got to quit sleeping on this stuff. This is major. People that want to sleep on it, guess what? They're bringing the war to you. And I was just looking at an article where they were comparing what states have military force. You're talking about all the guns in America and what we got, which is good. But that if there was an invasion, boats just started coming up through the Gulf and all this, what's going to happen? And they were comparing the Texas State Guard to the Venezuelan army. But it's time to get our state guards up, our state militias, not national, state. Who's with me, man? Right? Join me for the live stream.
And your boy Dabu always thinks that this place can be saved. It can't be saved, man. Can't be saved. Right? So let's get this in the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9. Start at the top. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were beginning, from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And these are the things that we were told to watch out for. You see what I'm saying? Earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. We're seeing all these things happening right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, as we speak, there was an earthquake. All right, in Japan. Right? Let me look at that real quick. Let's see. I'm just gonna go grab some articles. You know what I'm saying, and read them along. All right. So this is just a day ago. Strong earthquake strikes Western Japan. And let's see. How large was this one? It says a strong earthquake struck Western Japan Tuesday morning. All right, there's no tsunami threat. The officials are calling on residents to stay alert for further possible quakes. The Japan Meteorological Agency says the first had a magnitude of 6.4. It occurred in Tottori, all right, and Shimane prefectures at 10:18 a.m. The epicenter was in eastern Shimani at a depth of 11 kilometers. In Sakai Minato City in Tottori, and Matsui City in Shinmani, it registered an intensity of upper 5 on the Japanese scale of 0 to 7 in the hardest hit areas. Right? So that's in Japan. We also had a another 6.4 in was it New Mexico? All right. So earthquakes, man, everywhere. Right? And then we have uproars of the people over in Iran. All right, over in Iran, if you haven't heard, you know what I'm saying, there's been riots and pretty much a coup is going on over in Iran. You know what I'm saying? And as we told you, we told you already that these small hats, they got their hands all over this thing. All over this thing without any evidence necessary, you know what I'm saying? We didn't need it because the timing is just is so indicative of this being, all right, a Mossad operation. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, check this out. you got you got Iranian police announcing the arrest of a Mossad affiliate agent. All right, a Mossad affiliated agent amongst those who were inciting the unrest inside the country of Iran. Says Iran police announced the arrest of this individual. Covert operations have been exposed, and Iran is responding. All right, and Iran is responding. It says Iran arrests rioters in possession of weapons and bombs as protests enter the second week. Where are they getting these weapons and these bombs from? Pray tell. You see what I'm saying? All right. And this is all coming just a couple days, all right, after Benjamin Miloukowski had visited the White House. You see what I'm saying? All this happened. The takeover of Maduro, you know what I'm saying, in Venezuela, the coup that's going on in Iran. Here's another article. It says today the mainstream media across the United Kingdom and the West ran with a completely made up story that the Ayatollah Khamenei was making plans to flee Tehran for Moscow. All right? And who was the author of those lies? It was a woman by the name of Gabrielle Weininger, a Tel Aviv-based news correspondent. You see? So these jokers got their hands in all of this, man. All of this. Right? U.S. and Israel is waging a soft warfare to destabilize Iran after June defeat, says the top general. Right? So just like Dabu said, Iran is responding to this. Okay, and they're not about to let this thing go with with these jokers from the West and their enemies attack them in the most vital spots. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to let that happen again. You know what I'm saying? The second time. So what they're doing now is they're preparing for a preemptive attack. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that real quick. Bear with me. All right, this is from Los Angeles Times. It says Iran Army chief threatens preemptive attack over rhetoric targeting country after Trump's comments. Iran's army chief threatens preemptive military strikes, citing threatening rhetoric after Trump said the U.S. would defend Iran's peaceful protesters. All right. As its currency collapses, Iran's government began distributing food subsidies Wednesday, but economists warn prices for basics like cooking oil will triple regardless. All right, so this is what they do. They cripple the country with their sanctions, and then they bring in their agents to go and spark up a riot, okay, because of the economic woes that they have caused on that country. You see what I'm saying? It says protests sparked by economic hardships, all right, have now spread across Iran for 11 days, with over 2,100 arrests and dozens of deaths reported nationally. All right, and right now you have America sending all of their 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 military craft over there. Okay, so these jokers are about to make their moves, man. It says the comments by Major General Amir Hatami come as Iran tries to respond to what it sees as a dual threat posed by Israel and the U.S., as well as the protesters sparked by its economic woes that have grown into a direct challenge to its theocracy. Okay, its theocracy. Seeking to halt the anger, Iran's government began Wednesday paying the equivalent of $7 a month to subsidize rising costs for dinner table essentials like rice, meat, and pasta. You see what I'm saying? This is what happens when the United States sanctions you to hell, man. You see what I'm saying? Right? So it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time, man. So right now, right now, these Persians are not waiting. Okay, they're not waiting for Israel to make the first move like they did last year. All right. So let me get this here in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia will come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians," all right, the Carmanians are the Persians. "Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Syrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them." Okay? And all right, the scriptures say in Ezekiel the 38th chapter that Gog is going to have a heavy hand in all of this. Okay? And who is Gog? It's Russia. Check this out. All right, this is from the peoplesvoice.tv. It says Kremlin urgently evacuates Russians from Israel in midnight flights. What does Putin know? All right, they've been in constant communication with Iran, so they know what's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? They know that. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, Iran doesn't make a move unless they consult with Putin and them. You see what I'm saying? Because they need assurances that there's going to be some support, right? Scriptures say that Gog shall be a guard unto all these nations, man. It says in a move that has received almost no coverage in Western media, Russia is urgently evacuating diplomatic personnel from Israel, along with their families and other Russian citizens, in what appears to be a rapid, coordinated withdrawal operation. Okay? According to flight tracking data visible on Flight 24, This is now the third Russian evacuation flight in less than 24 hours, suggesting that a level of urgency that goes far beyond routine diplomatic rotations. The aircraft involved belongs to the Russian Special Flight Squadron, the elite fleet used to transport senior government officials, intelligence assets, and sensitive personnel. These are not commercial flights. They are not tourist charters. They are rarely deployed without cause. So let's get this in Ezekiel chapter 38. All right, Ezekiel chapter 38 and start at verse 1. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia. All right, Persia. Those are the Iranians. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands. The house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. That's talking about Turkey. Okay? So prophetically, Turkey is going to move away from NATO. We're already seeing the dismantling or the shaking of the NATO alliance. You see what I'm saying? And when Turkey leaves NATO, that means that the second largest military in NATO will be lost. Right? And all these nations are going to side with Russia and China. America will have no allies left. Verse 7, it says, Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company, that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. You see what I'm saying? So we're seeing escalations between Russia and America, China and America. All right. I believe China gave America 72 hours, you know what I'm saying, to release Maduro. You see what I'm saying? All kinds of things that's going on, man. It's hard to keep up. You see what I'm saying? But these were the prophecies that we were told to look for, you know what I'm saying? Or these are the signs to look for in regards to prophecy. All right. So that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to touch on the news. You know what I'm saying? Things are escalating quickly, and pray for shorter days. Let me end it off with that one. All right, bear with me. Let's see. Let's go to the Apocrypha. All right. 2nd Esdras chapter 2. And let's hit verse 13. It says, Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. You see what I'm saying? We were told to watch. Pray for fewer days and keep watch. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing, man. We're hastening the day. All right. If you're not in the spirit of hastening the day, if you're not in the spirit of this place going down, you know what I'm saying? You're not in the right spirit. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.